Just remember.
Take caution for the more stickers you can get. You can get your wrong stomped and the proper chilling, but I can make that flow wrong. Which is how it's you get the wild with the feeling from the bottom of the city. Pop the model, eliminate crack the move rapid. Like Eminem, no shit, just like 50 years black. I'm taking action, just the rest of the city. Back in the feeling with the feeling that we used to attack. My real success, similar to sex, I make go back. When you put it in, but I can't let it be. Don't get your feelings sick. For the fucking assistant, I don't want to hit million shit. You want me in more millions, I get super, I shine like Gucci, man. I make time, I make the music prime. So like the roof on fire, in this music you find. Super for cars, like the doom, shoot on the grind.
Street rock, we hit the club and set up, we get the winning hot. We buy the boat, we poppin' bottles, just ain't what you got. She dropped it over to the floor and now I'm getting hot. This is that street rock, homie.
Now break your neck, no break your feet, this is she rock. She shaking it, she break your feet, and see how she drop. We play it with me, can you make it, but this shit rock. So come that street rock, homie.
The mic and get seductive, throwing the words on off my tongue when in position, never common social. Not no psychic like Leo, hard to find Nemo if you're there, won't waste it, and so much as a zero. Million niggas in the killer appeal. You can't just sit at two with the best in the building. Real talk. Check the swag up against the when you walk in the penitentiary mentality type thoughts, cause I'm never soft. I draw crowds when I think out loud, cause I'm never sit type shit. It's all scream at the crowd at these street boxes, 96. The only reason never felt me, cause I'm doing it behind the bricks. And getting loaded, yes, I call it quits. But now I'm back to resurrect. Give me this microphone, let's do this shit. It's time to get what I deserve, and I'll revolve it regardless of what happens. I'm your artist, under this twist. Street rock, we hit the club and set it up, we get the winning hot. We buy the boat, we poppin' bottles, just think what you got. She dropped it over to the floor, and now I'm getting hot. This is that street rock, homie.
Now break your neck, no break your feet, this is she rock. She shaking it, she break your feet, and see how she drop. We play it with me, can you make it, but this shit rock. So come that street rock, homie.
If you like this content, do your boy a favor, give me a like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share. And even if it's alright, just share. Be like, yo, dog, this shit's alright, check it out. And if you want more fire from the buyer, it's Higgnz. That's H1I, 2 G's, and a Z. Boys ever seen a B-boy and hip boost me, boy?
What up, Red?
My bad, I forgot to turn my mic on. Give me a second here. Hey, we have no Jamie, so it's just me and my boy here and my mouse pad. And it's Sunday night and it's live, and I can hear myself feeding back. So I got to turn that low. Let me turn this air conditioner off. And you guys just bear with us. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk. Tell us how you really feel. Join the conversation. Do me a favor. Hit the like, subscribe, share button as we have fun. We're going to talk about the Saints. We're going to talk about the NFL. We're going to talk about much more. But you know how it is. So here we go. Straight up. Who dat? What you think? Give it to me, PJ. Give me in one sentence. Can you describe today's performance?
Victorious by me. I was 3-0 in my bets.
That's all you worried about. So
Victorious.
now we talk Vegas. What you said the spread was 3.5. Correct?
3.5.
3.5.
When it closed. It was 3 most of the week.
So they gave the Saints 3.5.
Minnesota
Correct.
gave the Saints 3.5. I think it might have went up even more when they said Camaro wasn't playing, but I didn't see it right before kickoff.
So they found a way to keep it right there.
Oh, they know what they're doing. They didn't build those casinos off of losing money.
And I don't even want to go straight up into the refs because the refs really, there's a lot to talk about with them. But first, we're going to talk about straight up the Saints. I think obviously we can see there's more than quarterback problems on this football team. And that's what's good about having Andy out there. Not just the fact that we need a better quarterback out there, but just seeing what you got. Like, now's the time to see what you got. You need to, you need to, because this team has no identity, and it still has yet to have one. But I did find some glimmer of hope throughout the game as the game progressed.
Okay, speak on it.
So I'm sorry. Oh, my take. All right. I felt like they started slow, like they always do, but they finally gained some as the game progressed. The offense progressed until the whammy, right? With the referees, it sucks the life out of you. Be honest with you. What they did to that defense today, that hand check, there was no fucking hand check. There was no hand check like that. The hands to the face, that's bullshit. That was bullshit.
It was 2 bad calls.
He was rubbing away from it. The pass interference. I mean, even Mike Pereira said he wouldn't have called. You know, they shouldn't have called that. That play to me, that was Kirk Cousins virtue signaling to the referees to throw the fucking flag. And it's 3rd down, bro. Anybody knows he threw it in the he threw it in a double coverage. It's not for the receiver to catch the ball. It's for the referees to throw.
Should have been picked.
Or it's right. If it's an interception, it's a glorified punt. You know what I'm saying? But to me,
it seems like they were both hand checking each other.
Right. You let them play. The game's so close at that point. It's so close, bro. I mean,
that's why I've always been in favor of the NFL adapting the college pass interference rule. The college, you only get 15 yards. They don't put it at the spot of the foul. Remember Rex Grossman for the Bears? He chucked the ball all the way down the field, just hope for PI calls. 40 yards, 40, 45, 50 yards down the field, and just look for pass interference calls, and they would throw flags on it all the time.
So here's the deal. I think that call needs to go back to 15 yards, just like Mike Pereira said today. And the reason why is because the call's been weaponized. It's not used for what the reason why they changed the rule was to stop
flagrant. Stop people from tackling somebody in the end zone for catching the touchdown.
Exactly. All it did was enhance pass interference. And not only did it enhance pass interference, it weaponized the quarterbacks to use it consistently. He threw that ball knowing that he could get that call. It almost felt like, and I hate to be the conspiracy theorist guy here, but it almost felt like it was anything you can call it. Anything, any flag you can pull on the Saints, you need to pull it. Pull it this quarter, right now.
Now, why would they do that?
To cover your spread. To do the best they can at covering your spread. Because
the Saints still covered it.
For a touchdown.
The Saints still covered anyway, though.
So they wanted it. They wanted it right where they wanted it. Obviously, is that what you? So you trying to flip it, or you trying to say that it didn't work out in the favor that you thought it would work out? Right?
No, because if you wanted Minnesota to cover the spread, then
obviously, right, it would be over.
Yeah,
it would be. But so there you go. I think people felt like on a national level felt that the Saints was stagnant. You know
they did. They looked undisciplined, and but I wouldn't actually call them stagnant.
What would you call them?
Undisciplined. I think the flags killed us more than anything. The pre-snap flags, drive killing. I mean, we could go to them 2 first calls, but we were still shooting ourselves in the foot most of the game. Defensive holding, false start, holding on offense. It just for as good as I think, I don't want to say Andy Dalton played good. It still seemed like we wasn't in quite a rhythm.
No, there was never any rhythm. Protect the football.
Absolutely.
They did not do a good job of protecting the football. They haven't done a good job of protecting the football all season. But today, I did the one thing that I felt like Andy Dalton did that was different than what Jameis Winston was able to do was spread the ball a little bit. And it's his first week. I'll give you. I think that Andy Dalton will be the best quarterback for the job next week.
Do you think he'll have the job next week?
I don't think, dude, bro. With the injury that Jameis Winston has, he ain't gonna be 100% all season. He's not gonna be. He's not.
He's on a 1-year deal, dude. You think he's not chomping at the bit to get back?
That's exactly what's going on. And here's this a statistic: turnovers are killing us. Yeah, I mean they are killing us. But that's as a collective. But here's the one thing. That to me. That Jameis Winston, there was a statistic that when he's able to be mobile and move is when he can play at his best. When he can't move, he can't do it. He cannot play. He can't perform. It's almost as if they need a spy on him every time they pass the ball.
Well, you notice what Minnesota.
And
what Minnesota didn't do that everybody else has been doing against Jameis?
What?
They didn't blitz nearly as much as teams that have been playing against Jameis played Jameis.
Right, because they were afraid of cover. I mean, they were afraid of getting picked apart. And a quarterback that sits in the pocket in the NFL, you've got to be able to read a blitz. You've got to be able to pick apart blitzes. And obviously, there must be some glimmer of hope that Andy was able to do that in the past. So that may be why they didn't. Only tape you can go off of is what they've seen from other teams, not what you've seen from the Saints. And that's what I say.
He's not a bad quarterback. I mean, he's made the playoffs a few times. He's won that division a few times in Cincinnati. And even in Dallas, I think he was around 500. I don't think he killed them.
Right. One thing, if anybody who's watching and if it's glitching or anything and it's clicking in and out, let me know. Just feel free to comment. Don't kick out because it's bandwidth and that's all it is. And
it's probably my internet because I live in the North Shore.
Well,
I'm in the woods.
I got some things I can turn off that's coming off of this signal that could possibly add, helps out. But because my TV is on right now, sucking up some bandwidth. And
I go take my kids' phones.
Just go snatch them up on live. But if you give me a second, I will go take the. Give me a second. Let me go unplug that TV.
Yeah, he's freezing on me too. Could have stopped and restart.
Okay, I'm back. Here's another stat. Here's something else. Oh, he froze. Damn. Anyway, here's one I got for you. Patrick is coming through good. Paul's freezing every now and then. Now I'm by myself. How am I looking? I'm becoming true a good. But anyway, I think that the Saints, I think this is the best football team that they faced this year. And I know, yeah, we faced Tom Brady, but Minnesota just looked better, just looked more fluid. Now Patrick is froze. See, behind. He needs he will jump back in. We'll resend him the link so he can jump back in. But there's PJ. So yeah, I think this is what I just said. I think that Minnesota was the best football team that they played this year. In my opinion.
Best offensive team we played. Their defense is probably the worst defensive team we played.
I say
except maybe Atlanta.
You think?
Yeah, I don't think Minnesota's that great.
That bad?
I don't know if they're that bad, but I think Tampa's got a really good defense, and Carolina ain't no slouch.
No, but
no defense.
Yeah, Carolina's a young, opportunistic football team, but I think as a collective, I think Minnesota was the best football team we played. I think Minnesota is going to give Aaron Rodgers trouble getting that division sold up.
I mean, I don't necessarily. You could be right, but I don't necessarily think that. I think Minnesota was the worst defense we played. Let me put it that way. I think Carolina, we caught in a bad spot. They were 0-2, and their coach's job was on the line. I mean, that was a perfect spot. I mean, I bet Carolina.
His job is still on the line as we speak.
I mean, it's still on the line, but I mean, their sense of urgency was so much more than ours.
You know what I was told? I heard that he lost the locker room, was what the media is saying in Carolina. Like he's the locker room, is done with him.
But we talked about this last week. Don't sleep on this Seattle team. Seattle beat Detroit today on the road.
No, Seattle's nice, bro. Seattle's nice.
And we coming back from London on a long flight, a 6-hour time difference. They got to get ready to play again at Central Time next week.
I would give Andy Dalton another week before you actually start shunning. Before we shun him the same way, but we stab Jameis. Give him another week, and then we can start saying, "Oh, we got big problem." But it's not just him. The offensive line, you can see, is weak. The penalties, bro. The penalties.
Yeah, that's what I said. Undisciplined.
Turnovers. The penalties is terrible, and not even though the two that counted, the ones that really mattered, but some of these little. It's the offsides, the false starts.
Yeah, the before snap penalties.
Right. Those are the ones that you can't blame the refs. It's obvious. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame the refs on that. Everybody could see that on camera just the way they could see that the refs made a bad call the other way around.
Now, what do you think about the one on the Lave? The no call. I thought that was a good no call.
It was
coming back from that drive.
It was at the moment.
Everybody's mad about the last one. Yeah, if you're gonna call the last one, you might as well call it out.
We were looking for it, and so was these fans. You know what's so great about London? They better chill. If you want to go to London and try to show them NFL football, these referees better man up and let these boys play, because they'll go back to rugby real quick. If this is what we got to see, all this laundry on the field, this is what you got. This is what y'all call. This is the best sport that you guys got to offer. The one that the referees get to own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll just stick to rugby. It's funny how we got a messenger group and how fLaT was talking about. They want to put it in the kicker's hands to make it look good for London because they love football, right?
He's a bigger conspiracy theorist than you.
Yeah.
He thinks that every sport's
I don't
fixed.
consider myself a conspiracy theorist. I think that's what other people may consider me. But I do have one to show you before we go. But I
don't have a whole lot of time tonight, so we're gonna have to.
Well, you get 7:30, about 27 minutes left.
Yeah.
All in all, I will ask you this question. Do you think Jameis Winston should play next week?
Do I think if I was coaching? No, I wouldn't play him. And not if he's hurt.
I think Andy Dalton deserves another week. I told you that. Maybe even two. Maybe even two. I don't think Jameis Winston's gonna be ready to play who Jameis
Now,
is supposed to be.
I didn't like seeing that he wasn't even going to practice this week.
Who, Jameis? Yeah,
like he wasn't even attending practice. Not just.
You don't.
I
Really
don't know if that's a normal thing or
right. How you go? I think.
But you fly out to London. I mean, what you going to be doing? Eating fish and chips. I mean, go to practice.
Well, I think it is what you said it was. I think the injury, is significant. Like he's not gonna be back. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be back for a while. Like he can't. He can't move. He can't move. They also got hip problems, and with the back issue, one is a domino effect, bro. That shit's, dude. No way. No way he's ready to play next week.
I will say it was nice to see points in the first three quarters.
Yes.
It was a welcome change.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they had a little more, and I think if you go back to, and I hate to even compare Drew Brees to Andy Dalton, but when Drew Brees first started with the Saints, he wasn't lighting up the scoreboard like we know him to do. He made
the win. He had a pretty good first year.
But the first couple games, though, I mean, they
not the first couple games, but
they're winning by a few points here. 19-14. I think that would be Cleveland like that, like something like that. But they made enough plays to win the game. Is what I'm saying is that give him a few games to kind of just figure the offense out in live game form. He needs the Saints offense, no matter what you say, is designed to spread the ball around. It works when they spread the ball around.
Not necessarily.
You got to be able to read.
Not necessarily spread the field. You still want to play tight ends and stuff like that. Because Sean Payton didn't run like a lot of 4-wide, 5-wide routes. He ran a lot of 12.
I don't mean spread offense. I mean spread the ball around.
Yeah, he threw tight ends.
Right.
He threw to everybody. Yeah, like you mean just spread the ball, spread the wealth.
Right. So you've got to be able to your head's got to be able to be on that swivel to do that. To make those plays.
Do you think they're gonna let Taysom throw a ball this year?
I know they didn't like.
He hasn't thrown one yet.
Here's another thing I'd have to say: the best quarterback on the team right now is Taysom Hill.
I don't necessarily agree with that. No,
the guy who had the most success for the Saints on the team right now is Taysom Hill at quarterback. He's
Dave Robin would agree with
Jameis Winston. I mean, he fumbled. He fumbled a couple times. That's what happened. And those games what killed the games for him, his losses, when he fumbled the ball. That was his weakness. When you become quarterback, all those things are going to be exposed. And he likes to run around. And he likes to hold the ball in his hand like this.
And he likes to drive his shoulder right into a linebacker's chest.
Right. He don't like to slide. I mean, that's A1 football. Yeah, right. And that's why he's always hurt too. His body's starting to break down. Those injuries, he's always injured.
Well, if you in the chat, let us know who the best quarterback on the Saints roster is.
The best quarterback on the Saints roster right now.
You just said Taysom
Hill. I'm trying to reevaluate it. I'm thinking It's
Ian
Taysom
Book's
Hill.
gone.
But Andy Dalton gives us the best chance to win.
Ian Book out of here.
He does.
The worst thing is you can't tank because we don't have a first round pick.
You know who we didn't bring up? Latavius Murray.
The big stand up runner, run standing straight up. But he looked good though.
He did look good. He looked really good.
He stands up tall when he runs. He don't get low.
I know. He doesn't, and that's his Achilles heel. Is the fact.
I'm trying to think. There was a kid we coached that did that. Didn't lower his body. Oh, see, look, you brought up Taysom Hill. You brought Poncho about.
Oh, what I'm getting. Oh, I'm even on the comments. I'm sorry, bro. I missed the comments.
I don't know. I just got a notification saying he commented on Poncho commented. He said, "You think?" I didn't say it, Poncho. Tag Dave. Dave's gonna love Paul.
Why Dave's gonna love me?
Dave loves Taysom Hill.
I love me some. How can you not love you some Taysom Hill, bro?
But he's the best quarterback on the roster.
He's the best football player on the team.
You just wait. Who's the best quarterback on the roster?
I said the best quarterback on the roster for the Saints. The best. I'm okay. Damn. I got you. I gotta do you like you got fact check.
Don't backpedal.
So
don't be like Bradley Roby.
The best quarterback, the one who has the best success record with the Saints, is Taysom Hill. That's what I'm saying. The statistically the best quarterback on the roster is Taysom Hill. That's
send Poncho a link.
Why? Oh, he want to jump. Dalton equals Jameis, same person. Krabs got deep ball, only difference. Who ran better than Eric? Eric Dickerson.
Eric Dickerson was good.
I didn't know he played this week.
Eric Dickerson?
I know, I'm just playing. Eric Dickerson was probably one of the best runners. Arguably the best running back of the 80s.
I didn't say it was a bad thing. I just said you never see it that much. Guys run straight up like that no more.
Oh, yeah. No, he's just a big dude. Like he's a big guy. He can't really get low. But I think they activated him for a reason. They activated him so he can like put it on Minnesota, right? He's hungry, he's healthy. Bobby Hebert, I listened to Bobby Hebert's take after the game. They call it his rant after every game. He said that Latavius Murray looked like a better running back than Mark Ingram, which is kind of ironic to me because when Latavius Murray joined the Saints and we lost Mark Ingram over $1 million, we were saying the exact opposite.
We want Ingram back.
And it was kind of weird. It was funny. It's like Latavius Murray and Mark Ingram playing together. You know what I'm saying? Like that's your two running backs today. It was funny because
off right tackle run. That's all he does. What running back can't do that? You talking about Latavius Murray?
You must be talking about that. Yeah, I mean it's a big.
Oh, he's talking about Taysom.
I don't know. I think he's talking about Latavius Murray because that's what he is. He's a downhill runner. He just I'm going.
I tell you who couldn't do that. Reggie Bush.
Nope. He's a flashy guy. Yeah, no Reggie. You know it's Reggie. He's flashy. No, he was good. He was good though. Reggie was good. I tell you, do we win next week? You think
it'll be tough? It should be tougher than you think. It looks like a W on the schedule. When you look at the schedule and you see Seattle Seahawks coming to the Dome, you automatically think win. But
no, I don't think win. I watch them play.
It's a tough spot. If the Saints are like a 6-point favorite or 7-point favorite, I'm gonna bet Seattle.
And you can't sleep. You can't sleep on Geno Smith. Not at all.
No, not the way he's been playing. He looked like shit last year, but he don't look bad so far this year.
The way what they did to Denver, the week 1, on national TV. They look opportunistic.
Man,
Every week, they're in every football game. They're not
they
getting bored.
they hung 48 on Detroit today.
Dude, just think if if Geno Smith turns up, like, can you imagine? Nobody even seen that coming. Everybody just blew Seattle off. What's their record right now? What they 2-2?
I think they 2-2.
Better than us. So that goes to show, like, yeah, you never know who's gonna do what at what time.
What happened with Green Bay, New England? They might see what happened in
overtime.
They went overtime.
I came in here. Let's see. Well, let's find out. Guess what? We can do this.
I'm sure someone's in a comment and tell us.
Hold up. Let me see. Let me see if I can find out.
Let's see if you can beat them. Somebody's in a comment and tell us before you.
I wish they would. That'd be nice. All right, let's see. Share screen. Boom. So here you go. You want to know what the game was? There you go. Final score: Green Bay 27.
Damn.
New England 24. It went overtime.
Green Bay. New England had a quarterback in there I never heard of.
They did. They didn't play the boy today.
Hoyer got hurt. Jones, oh no, Mac Jones was hurt. He didn't play at all, but the backup got hurt, and they put a third string in there I never heard of.
Oh shit! They that far down the roster.
And they were a field goal away from beating Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay.
But Green Bay does look they look tough this year. Aaron Rodgers is carrying that football team right now on his shoulders, as he should, like a franchise quarterback would do. Oh, look at here we go. Green Bay won.
See, look,
they got the W. Last second
in overtime.
yeah. I knew it was in overtime, and they only had a few minutes left. And then I walked out. Green Bay was driving down the field. They were in the field goal range, so obviously we see what happened.
All right, you got about 10, 15 more minutes with me. What's the other topic you want to bring up?
All right, so real quick, while we on football, but tonight, who you got?
Who's playing? Oh, the Chiefs. I can't pull for a division rival. I gotta go with the Chiefs.
Oh, of course we're gonna go with the Chiefs. But I do have Evans on my fantasy team, so I need him to do it big, even though we lost. With 4 seconds left. Wow, that was 4 seconds left. Green Bay pulled it off. Anyway, let me see if I can. I'm gonna go look this up. I got this in the email, but I wanted to tell you. So remember a couple weeks ago when I told we were talking about me. We was in that messenger group. Me, you, and fLaT was in the messenger group, and I said we'll talk about something totally different. I said, by the way, y'all, the earth's flat. Just to see what kind of response I would get.
What did we say?
Would it? fLaT said they got you right. He said something. They got some hills and plains too. So anyway, you know how I'm an Eddie Bravo fan. So I was listening to him, and he was talking about how he believes the earth's flat. And that's really, out of all conspiracies, bro, that's a hard one to believe. It's a hard one to believe. But
have you ever heard anybody jump off the earth?
What you mean? Jump off the earth? Yeah, no, I know.
If the earth was flat,
listen,
you would be able to jump off the earth.
Listen, I understand that. I understand what you're saying. I understand exactly what you're talking about, right? I get it. But took the time, like anybody should, to hear what the other side has to say. Just take it with an open mind and automatically not shut it down and look at it with an open mind. Well, there was some things they have a solid case. They have a solid case. And I'm not putting this out here to tell you that the earth's flat. I'm not telling
You about to get flagged.
I know. But anyway, I'm not telling you that. But what I did was Shaq thinks it's flat. Kyrie Irving thinks it's flat. While we're talking about athletes, right? There's people who have that state their case. And if you listen, I watched a documentary on it. It was the best this was Eddie Bravo recommended. This was the best documentary you can watch on it. And I did. Now, there's some holes but you can't prove that the earth is round at all. You can't. And everything that you see from space, like every shot that you see is shot with a bubble eye lens. And that's what gives you the curvature of the earth. And look, I flew a drone up in the air to check for myself, right? You can never find a curve. And then the whole horizon thing, you can't prove anything that they've ever told us about how, how they say when you stand on the end of an ocean and then the ship disappears, and what it is, it's the fact that it's the earth's curvature that's making it slowly disappear. It's a lie. It's not. It's the fact that your eyes can't see it no more. Because if you take like a zoom lens, and you put a zoom lens in that same ocean and watch that thing and move, and then put the zoom lens back on it, and you'll be able to see it the same way you would have saw it as if you didn't have the zoom lens. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You would see it the same way as if it was close to you with a zoom camera. So that right there debunks the whole horizon thing. So I'm like, okay, all right. So you got a case. You're right. But it goes deeper. So check this out. You know how this is one small video, and I found this one thing because it's only like a minute long. You know how the NASA images, you know how they show us like the sun, like this ball, this round ball of fire, right? Just shooting heat. Well, this guy actually took a zoom lens and has this solar like thing to like retract the light to help you be able to see it, whatever. He explains all of it, and he shows you what the sun really looks like. Like when you look at it, trust your eyes. When you look at it yourself, this is what you see. Think about what you see, not what they tell you see, right? And hey, they got a case. It's just something to think about. So check this out. I'm going to show you this guy's video.
So I'm watching a guy that filmed it in his video, but I'm not seeing the. I don't
No,
have
give me a second. Hold on. Give me a minute.
All
right. I'm not telling you to believe it. I'm telling you.
You know how far technology is, computer technology is right now?
All right. See, here you go. I ain't even show you the video yet. Problem with you.
That's my job, man.
You never even watched it. You sound like them CNN reporters, bro.
Hey, we're gonna check out.
All right, so check this out.
Got a new solar filter for my telescope. Check it out. See if there's any flames. See if this sun is a ball of fire like they tell us. I also have the solar sheets here. See, this is the solar filter sheet. Let's see what it shows. Okay. So the sun is not a ball of fire.
It's not done yet, so don't start your shit.
I didn't say nothing.
Okay, I'm going to turn the exposure up for just a second. See? It's just an extremely bright light that God created for light upon the earth. Now I'm going to turn it back down. You can almost see like a texture on it. And I don't know what those black spots are, but they are always in the same place. Um, I have theories, but of course, nobody knows for sure because we can't get close enough to the sun to actually examine it or take any samples of it, obviously, because it's way too hot. Yeah, this is what the sun actually looks like through a high-end telescope with a really, really good solar filter.
So check this out. Did you see a homeboy right here asked the question? And that's where these questions start to come up. Just question after question after question, right? And these documentaries, this document does a great job of debunking most of them. I mean, it's just a few things that to me I still question. Like I said, it's a lot to dig into, but when I'm gonna answer this guy's question, does that mean the sun moves and not the earth? According to not only these flat earthers, but biblical text, yes. And that's not one place in the Bible does it state that the earth is a globe at all. It only states that it's flat and there's a firmament. And inside the firmament is where the sun and the moon travel, and the firmament separates two bodies of water. On the other side of the firmament is another body of water, according to scripture. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Just a small, it's just something to think about. But once you start to think about it, then you start to question, well, what else is out there? There's 28 documents. I watched a video today of 28 different documents explaining government documentation, like from NASA to the Soviet Union, across the globe, of them every time they do any kind of test where they're using the earth to do the test, where they need the earth's calculations to do the test, they do it based off a flat earth. Anytime they try to do it off the calculations of the globe, like they say, it don't work. So they use the flat earth calculation. Even pilots are flown or taught in their books flat plane, to fly off a flat, like all their flight calculations are flight off a flat plane. Just,
why is that?
I don't know. I'm just telling you. Look, don't shoot the messenger. It's just something that I checked out for myself, and it really made me question it. It
could be we have so little knowledge of space. We haven't even been out there, but what, 50 years ago, 60 years ago almost? First time we even been out there?
Right.
We have so little knowledge of it. That could play a factor in it.
But just based off us sitting on the ground.
Now, just to judge from your scriptures point, Christopher Columbus also thought the earth was flat, and he landed in India when they got on the water.
Yeah, but I mean, look, I know, because that's what the text, I know, I understand.
And you know, people's taking boats all the way around the world.
Check this out.
And ended back up in the same spot.
Check this out. I understand what you're saying.
All right.
So check this out. Nowhere can we prove any of us, like if us as human beings right now can go, like, we can't prove that the earth is globe, right? Like, is a globe.
We might not be able to prove that.
But we can prove,
based on the fact that we could go around this motherfucker. I can get on a boat right now and get in the Gulf of Mexico and travel the ocean all the way around and come back right back in the Gulf of Mexico. That will prove it's not flat.
Can you?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Have you done it?
No, I don't have the money to
but only
to prove that. But it is achievable.
Is other people's that said that they've done it, like on TV, is what I'm saying. And that doesn't mean that you can't go around from one spot to the next. I don't listen to me, Linda. I get it. I understand. But I also think if it is a globe and it's not flat, and if it's flat and it's not, they're lying to us about something in the science. I don't think like I do technically believe that the sun is local. And it's in these government documents. They call it a local sun and a local moon. And that's another thing about the moon. Do you ever notice when you look at the moon and you look at it through a telescope that
The moon's made out of cheese.
like during daylight, how the moon's supposed to be 20 million miles in deep space. 20 million miles in deep space, yet you can see it during the daytime with a blue background, yet it's 20 million miles deep in space. You can see it with a blue background, and it's transparent at that. You can, the Swiss cheese, you can see blue through the Swiss cheese. Now, in the 60s, and it's inside this documentary, there's a scientist that said that the moon is not what we think it is. It's not a rock, it's plasma. And this was before they said we flew to the moon. I think it was 1967.
Did we fly to the moon?
69, I think, was the year that we supposedly went to the
There
moon.
you go. Did we fly to the moon?
Did we fly to the moon? That's another question. Let me finish saying what I'm got to say. This guy says, well, because remember when JFK made that speech about us flying to the moon before he got assassinated, right? We going to the moon. He got assassinated. So to win this Cold War, we needed to go to the moon. Now, in between this Cold War, they interviewed this scientist and asked him what he said. The moon is not what you think it is. It's plasma. It's transparent. It's not what well, we trying to fly to it. Well, good luck. You're not going to get there. You can't get there. It's impossible.
So what are we flying to?
We're not flying there, evidently. According to flat earthers, we're not flying there. I'm just saying that they've got. I want to see. This is what I want to see. I want to see a solid debate between two real scientists that believe
NASA.
Like real, like a real debate, which you're never gonna see. You will never see it. And when they stopped teaching flat Earth was when the Rockefellers took over the educational system.
There we go. Now we're to the root of the problem.
I'm just saying, prior to that, they still taught flat Earth theory. They still taught it in schools. It's a fact. It's a fact, bro. It's not fiction. I'm not making this stuff up. It's documented. You can go look it up.
No, it's an interesting conversation.
It is. I'm not, and look, I'm not trying to come out as a wag job. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm missing. I will get so deep in here. So, do they explain the magnetic field? They do. I don't have the knowledge. I can't give it to you, right? I can't give it to you. If the Earth is flat, then what causes a tide range? Now, what I can tell you about water, that I know you got to go in a little bit, but what they do say about water is when they talk about sea level. Have you ever seen water able to sustain itself on a curve, right? Like if water is sea level, it can only be level. It can only be level. You need a cup to sustain it. It needs to hold itself in place. It can only be level, and it can't be any other way. It has to be controlled. It has to be sustained. If the Earth was a globe, then it wouldn't sustain itself. Now check this out. Here's another thing: is that they say that we're spinning. The reason why we don't feel like we're spinning is that we're spinning in one direction so many miles an hour while spinning in another direction so many miles an hour to keep us stable. Now, if you take a flat, if this is on this documentary, I never did it yet. I never did it myself. If you take a camera and you stick it right in the center of Polaris, which is the center of the stars, and let it spin and speed it up, the Earth never moves. The stars do around Polaris. Polaris never moves, and everything else moves around it.
So we stuck in time.
Time doesn't exist, but fuck it.
Well, unfortunately for me, it does exist, and I gotta dip out.
Listen, new album has been sent out for distribution. In the next couple weeks, I will be showing you guys little snips and bits of the song. There's a couple songs available. If you haven't checked out the record, The Deep State, go check it out. Higgnz, H1I 2GNZ. Don't put that second I behind the G. That you always fuck up when you do that, and then it fucks up the search engine. There's a reason. H1I 2GNZ. No malarkey, not woke. The track list will be available. I'll give y'all slow little peeks, but I'm going to tell you this is the best structured album that I ever put out. Laugh out loud. This is interesting. If you think this is interesting, go check out the music. H1I 2GNZ. But I'm out. I will check
wait till he talks about how they control the weather.
Oh yeah, with the dog. Oh, that's a whole nother side of the game. You want that next week? I give it to you. I'll do some homework on the weather.
Hurricanes, son.
Hurricane DeSantis, bro. All right. Well, anyway, see y'all next week. Peace.